And we want to kind of put this in perspective for you. 1 to 3 million people will be without power in North and South Carolina.
Right, and an update that we have been getting throughout the day, Durham and Wake County school districts have decided to close Thursday and Friday. Originally, it was just going to be delayed, so that is the latest in the school closings. We've got a full list on CBS17.com. Right now, we are just awaiting a conference from Governor Roy Cooper, who is in Raleigh at the Emergency Operations Center. There he is at the podium. He's expected to give us an update on the situation. Let's listen in.
Good afternoon, everyone. A powerful, damaging hurricane is hours away from our coast. It packs punishing storm surge, fierce winds, and torrential rains. If you've been asked to evacuate, don't wait. Leave now. You put your life at risk by staying. Don't plan to leave once the winds and rain start. Don't try to drive on flooded roads. Those flood waters can be deadly. Don't expect first responders to be able to get to you during the storm if you decide to stay. Yesterday, I ordered a state evacuation of North Carolina's barrier islands, from the Virginia line to the South Carolina line. Thanks to our local partners, many evacuation orders are in place for other areas, and I urge residents to heed those orders. Go now. 750,000 to 1 million North Carolinians have been asked to evacuate. If you aren't under evacuation orders, now's the time to finish preparations and get ready to hunker down. Understand that the rain may last for days and will be measured in some places in feet and not inches. Finish gathering your supplies, food, water, batteries, flashlights, medications. Plan to be without power for days. And check on your family and your neighbors to make sure they are prepared as well. Florence is now a Category 3 storm, but don't let that fool you. We are on the wrong side of this storm, where most of the damage is done. The forecast tells us that Florence's storm surge will drown many homes. Expert modeling here at North Carolina Emergency Management shows that storm surge alone is likely to flood tens of thousands of structures. A storm doesn't have to make landfall in North Carolina to do serious damage here. It still packs powerful winds that can damage roofs and down power lines and trees, plus heavy, sustained rain that can flood our rivers and low-lying grounds. Remember that rivers can continue to rise long after the rain stops. Our coast will feel the wrath of Florence starting tomorrow in the morning, but all parts of North Carolina will see some impacts. We expect this storm to be with us for days. More shelters continue to open to take in people displaced by evacuations. At least 50 shelters are open now across the state. And in fact, officials will open at 6 p.m. a large shelter at Lawrence Joel Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Winston-Salem. Capacity there will be at least 1,000, and we're grateful to Wake Forest University and the community there for helping. I've activated more National Guard soldiers. By this evening, 2,800 will have reported for duty. Many state parks and museums have closed or will be closed tomorrow. Nearly all state universities have canceled classes, and many public schools are closing as well, plus providing their buildings as shelters. 211 is available 24 hours a day for people in need of assistance. This statewide information line can provide callers with nearby shelter, housing, and other storm-related information and resources. For the deaf and hard of hearing, this number is 888-892-11 62. And we're glad to have Monica McGee here providing American Sign Language for us. We're hearing reports of some gas stations with empty pumps. Suppliers tell us that we have an ample supply of fuel in the state, but there are temporary shortages in some locations as people fill up their cars to evacuate. Some stations have seen 3 and 4 times the normal business. Remember that North Carolina's price gouging law is in effect under the state of emergency that I declared last week. And if you spot excessive prices, report it to the North Carolina Attorney General's office by calling 1-877-5-NO-SCAM or file a complaint online at the Attorney General's website. Times of trouble can bring out the best in us. We're hearing kind offers for all kinds of help, and we have set up the North Carolina Disaster Relief Fund to take donations to support response to Hurricane Florence. To donate, visit rebuild.nc.gov. And if you want to volunteer, we urge you to work through established nonprofits and faith-based groups. Volunteer Organizations Active in Disasters, or VOAD, is the best place to start. To the people of North Carolina, thank you for taking this storm seriously. Thank you for following the evacuation orders and for preparing emergency kits. Thank you for taking in friends evacuating from the coast and for checking on neighbors down the street. Continue to watch forecasts closely, and if you're asked to move to higher ground, go. You can download the Ready NC app or follow NC Emergency Management on Facebook and Twitter for updates and to learn how you can weather this storm. We have a strong team here to guide us through Hurricane Florence. We have with me on stage Commissioner Steve Troxler, the head of Emergency Management, Mike Sprayberry, Transportation Secretary Jim Trogdon, Department of Health and Human Secretary Mandy Cohen, the Commander of the Highway Patrol, Colonel Glenn McNeil. We have with us Major General Jim Ernst of the North Carolina National Guard. We have our Federal Coordinating Officer for FEMA, Albie Lewis. And I'm grateful to have other members here helping us. I'm first going to recognize Mike Sprayberry with Emergency Management to give us an update. Mike?
Thank you, Governor. Good afternoon, everybody. The State Operations Center is transitioning from a level 2 to a level 1 at this time. This is a disaster requiring the participation of all state emergency response team members to include our federal, private sector, and volunteer partners. We're also in close coordination by the hour with the National Hurricane Center, as well as the National Weather Service and FEMA, and we're also having conference calls with our county partners to make sure that we're staying up to date with all of their needs. We are currently pushing commodities, cots, and other resources to those county partners at this time. We continue to amass resources such as additional soldiers and airmen, ambulances, search and rescue task forces, helicopters, swiftwater rescue teams, commodities, and generators to aggressively surge during the response. With the triple threat of high winds, historical precipitation, and high storm surge, we again urge our residents and visitors to heed the evacuation orders of the governor and your local officials. Make sure you have your emergency kits ready and you're looking out for your neighbors. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Mike. Last week I issued an emergency declaration to help our farmers, and to give us a report on agriculture in North Carolina, we have Agriculture Commissioner Steve Troxler with us. Steve.
Thank you, Governor Cooper. I'm want to give you a little update on agriculture in North Carolina. I think you realize that this is the fall of the year. This is the time that farmers normally see some benefit from the hard work that they've gone through during the summer. So we're right in harvest season, and it's unfortunate that we're going to have to endure this, but we've done it before, and preparation is key. And after the declaration of emergency and the things that have been done for agriculture, including the suspension of the weights and measures, extension of driving hours to deliver fuel and feed to our livestock operations, farmers have made some progress, but it's not through by any means. And just to give you an idea where we are in agriculture, we may have 60% of the tobacco harvested in North Carolina. Corn harvest ranges from 75% in the east to just beginning in the west. Unfortunately, sweet potatoes and peanuts are just getting underway with harvest, and I remind you that we're #1 in the nation in sweet potatoes. Soybeans have just begun harvest in the very far eastern part of North Carolina, but have not begun anywhere else in the state. And basically all of our cotton is still in the field as I speak today. The thing that I know is the things that are associated with a hurricane like this are very damaging to agriculture, whether it be flooding, wind, or rain. All of them they're bad for agriculture at this time of year. We have a large livestock industry in North Carolina. The 68% of the farm gate revenues, and fortunately we have learned a lot over the years, ranging from Hurricane Floyd to just Hurricane Matthew 2 years ago. We have learned a lot about how to handle this, and preparation is key. We have been able to draw down lagoon levels to the point that we believe that we can handle the rain that would fall out of a hurricane like this, but we don't know what river flooding will mean, and that will be another key that we have to deal with as time goes on. We can draw these lagoons down under the management of DEQ for the precise application of nutrients to land, so we've done that. Animals are moved to higher ground. Some animals have gone into the market to lessen the probability of them being in harm's way. So the preparation has been done, and now it's up to Mother Nature as to what happens. I can tell you that our livestock industry did a phenomenal job with Hurricane Matthew, and even though we had a few losses of livestock, it was minimal compared to the number that we have. We had about 2,800 pigs that were lost, but compared to the 9.1 million pigs that we have, it's very minimal. We did lose 1.8 million birds during that event, but compared to the 800 million that we have in North Carolina, it's very, very minimal. So we've become
and
very
you're just
good
listening
at
in
this.
to
We
an
have closed
update on the
lagoons and,
agriculture here in North Carolina. We also heard from emergency management during this news conference at Raleigh's Operations Center, saying that rescue teams, generators, and supplies have been handed out. We also heard Governor Roy Cooper telling you that if you're asked to leave, please do that. Says that most North Carolinians have listened and left. Of course, we will have much more from Roy Cooper coming up throughout our newscast tonight.